Good morning, students. Today I'm going to discuss about the data visualization. This is my second tutorial of data visualization. So I want to tell you that those who have still not checked the previous one, first go through the previous one, then you can able to understand these topics very clearly. So last day I told you there are different types of graphs are possible. So today I'm going to discuss about the line chart or a line graph, you can say. So what is a line chart? See, line chart is a type of chart which displays the information as a data series of data points called markers connected by a straight line segment. This is the definition of a line chart. Basically, all of you know that line chart is nothing but a some coordinate point that will be connected via a line is called a line chart basically. Now we'll check a program for this line chart. Last day also I have discussed a program. You can able to see it. Initially I have imported the matplotlib.pyplot library as PL. Then I took two list A is equal to 1, 2, 3 and B is equal to 2, 4, 6. Then I have used a chart title pl.title equal to line chart. That's why the line chart is appearing at the top. Then I have changed the axis titles also. Along X label I put the title is as X axis and along Y label I put the title as Y axis. Then I have used the plot function to plot the actual line. So pl.plot within bracket a comma b. So all of you know that this A list will be accepted as the X coordinates and B list will be accepted as the Y coordinate. That means basically there are three main coordinates are available, that are first point is 1, 2, second point is 2, 4 and third one is 3, 6. These 3 points will be plotted and these 3 points will be joined by a line. After that I have used the legend function to insert a legend. Legend means all of you know that the information about a particular line is called a legend. Like at the top left side of the chart you can see the legend. Then at last I have used pl.show function to display the chart. So this is the chart is appearing. This type of charts are called line charts. Now I'll come to the next topic. So today we are going to learn some new things about the line chart. The first thing is that how to change the line styles or maybe line width or maybe line color in a line chart. So to change the line color we can use the different color codes in the plot function. But before that I want to tell you what are the color codes are available. You can see the table. B represents the blue color, G represents the green color, R represents the red color, C for cyan, M for magenta, Y for yellow, K for black and W for white. These are the different color codes. Now see, I'll just try to make change the color of the line. Check the next program. The program is same, just I have changed here the color. In the plot function, I have passed the third argument as within single quote B. So B is the line color, B for blue. Now suppose if you want to change it, suppose if I change it to R and then if I run it, you'll get a red color. If you write G and then run it, then you'll get a green color. So like this you can apply all these color codes here. Just check the color codes. Okay, now suppose if you write here capital G and then if you run it, Then also you will get the green color line, but in that case the compiler will show you one message that please use the lowercase instead of uppercase character. So it is better to use a lowercase letter for the color code. Now, in addition, you can also specify the color in many other ways, including the full color name and the hexadecimal color code string. So I'll come one by one. First one is, as you can see, that instead of writing any color code, if you just mention the full color name, then also color will be appeared. Like here, if you write green or yellow, then if you run that program, then also you can see that yellow color is appearing. That means not only the color code, if you forget about the color code, just mention the full color name, then also color will appear. Like you can see, one more example is there. If you write here green, then the green color chart will appear. And now the next point is, you can always use the hexadecimal color code string. Now you're going to ask me, what is a hexadecimal color code string? See, basically for all possible colors, one hexadecimal color code is already predefined. Like if you want to know about this hexadecimal color code, you can always search it from Google. Like I'll show you how to check it. If you write here hexadecimal color code, then you'll get some links. Just go to the first one. These are basically HTML hexadecimal color codes. Now see, one color palette will appear in front of you. Now from this color palette, suppose on the right bar, you can able to change the color, and if you click on any point, that color will be selected. And for this color at the top, this is the hexadecimal color code string. If you just copy this and paste it here instead of the color name, then also you can see that color will be taken. See, I have used this color. This is the color. Suppose if I want to change it to any other color, suppose if I select this one, this color, so the hexadecimal color code is this one. You can always copy it and paste it here and then run it. You'll get that color code. So it's always not possible to remember all the color codes for all the different type of color shades. For each and every color shade, there is a different color code available. So you can use the basic color codes only that I have told you earlier. This one, this you can remember, and if you want anything else from this color code, you can search the color code from Google and you can use it always. Now we'll come to the next program. See, next program, in the next program also I have used another color code, hexadecimal color code string, to create a line chart. Now we have successfully changed the line color. Now the question is how to change the line width. Now suppose if you want to change the thickness of the line, so this is also possible. To change the line width, you need to pass one additional argument to the plot function. The name of the argument is line width equals to, you need to pass here a particular value. This is the thickness value. Now we'll check it with an example. Now check the next example. The same program I have used, only I have changed here the attribute color. Instead of color, I have used here line width. All the letters will be in small and it will be together without any space. So line width is equal to, I passed the value as 15. That's why you can able to see that the thickness of the line is increased. Now suppose if you make it 5 and then if you run it, you can see that the thickness will be decreased. So like this you can always change the line width of a line chart. Now to change the line style, now suppose if you want to change the line style, that is also possible. Just see how to change the line style. To change the line style, you can give an additional argument in the plot function as line style or ls. Both are possible. You can use any one of this. Now, what are the different formats of the line? First one is a solid. Solid means it's a normal line, just like the last example. It's a solid line. Okay, there will be no gap within the line. Now the second type of line is called dash line. So this line will be composed of some dash, then dash dot line, one dash and one dot, again one dash, one dot. Last one is dotted line. So all the dots will be appear. Similarly, in short also you can write all these keywords like this: colon, then colon represent dotted line, then a hyphen, it represent solid line, then double hyphen, it represent dashed line, and one hyphen and one dot represent dash dot line. So I'll show you this thing with an example. Now see, in this example I have used the last one example, as you can see. Now if I mention here comma line style is equal to, within single quote, solid, then if I run it, see there is no change because by default the line chart is a solid line. Now if I change it from solid to dashed, then if I run it, see this line is composed of some dash, then dash dot, see this line, this is just composed of one dash and one dot alternately, and the last one is dotted. See this line is composed of only dots. Now instead of writing the line style, you can write it in short ls, then also this attribute will work. Now let me run this for you. See, this is working properly. Now instead of passing this keywords, you can always pass the shortcut formats, like suppose if you give a single dash, then the line will be a solid line. If you give multiple dash, that means 2 dash, then the line will be dash line. But if you use 3 dash, then you will get an error message. This is not possible. Now if you give a dash and a dot, then dash dot line will appear, and if you give here a colon, so dotted line will be appear. So these are all possible line styles. I believe all of you can able to understand this thing. I'll come to the next part. Now changing the marker type, size and color. See, the main problem that we have faced till now in a line chart is where the actual coordinates are present, that we have to assume by looking at the line. We don't know the position of the actual points or actual coordinates, that we have to understand by understanding the program code. Like for this one, the first coordinate will be 1 2, so this one at this point the first coordinate is available. Now what about the second one? Second one is 2 4, so this is a 2 point and this is a 4 point. That means somewhere near this thing the second coordinate is available, and the third coordinate will be available at the top. Like this we need to guess it, okay, by understanding the program. Now suppose if you want to show it differently, like suppose you can see this graph here, all the 3 points are marked differently. So this particular coordinates are also called markers. Like you can see the definition of this, the data points being plotted are called markers. Now suppose if you want to change the style of the marker, style means you can change the marker types or size or the color. This is possible here. So I'll show you one by one. The first one is marker type, how to change the marker type. See, if you want to change it, you need to pass another additional argument in the plot function. Name of the argument is marker, as you can see here, marker is equal to, you need to give here a suitable value. Now how will know which value is there? For this purpose there is another table available. I want to show you that table. Just see, if you just put a dot, that means it will appear as a circle. If you give a comma, then only a single dot or a pixel will appear. If you write here O, then a bigger circle will appear. If you write there V, then triangle down will be appear. Like this, so many different values are available. Just check the values. So these are all the possible values of marker type. So I'll show you all this thing with an example how to change it actually. Now see, in this program, the program is same. The only difference is I have passed here the argument called marker in the plot function, and I wrote here marker is equal to within single quote O. That's why the bigger circles are appearing at the actual coordinates. Now suppose if you change it and if you want to give any other value, suppose check the table, suppose I want to give a plus sign, this one, so I can give here a capital P. So I'll just try it, capital P. See, a plus sign will appear. So this is the way by which you can able to change the marker types. Now the next topic will be how to change the marker size value. Now suppose, as you can able to see in the last chart, the markers are very less in size. That's why we cannot able to understand properly that what type of marker is appearing. So now I want to increase its size. So how to do that? See, for that purpose another argument is available. The argument name is marker size, and you can write this argument within the plot function with a suitable size along with it. Now see how to do it with an example. Check this example. Here I have used marker then O That means circles will appear and then marker size equals to 10. That's why the size of these markers are increased. Now suppose if I change it to 100. Now if I run it, see, these are more increased, and this is actually not fitting within this much frame. Now I'll decrease its size, so I'll set it to 20. Now see, this marker size are 20. Now not only with this marker, if you want any other marker, suppose if I use here capital P, then see the plus signs will appear with a increased size. Now we'll come to the next topic. After marker size, what happened to the marker edge color? Now suppose I want to highlight those markers. So for highlighting, we can always change the edge color of the marker, but the inner color will be same as its line color. We can only able to change the edge color. So for that purpose, we can pass another argument to the plot function, and name of the argument you can see here, marker edge color, all in small letters and together without any space, is equal to, then you can pass here the color value like you can take from the previous table also. Now we'll check it with an example. See the next example. See this one. Here I have, the program is same like the previous one. I have changed the marker type, that is O. I have changed the marker size, that is 10. And at last I have changed the marker edge color to R. R means red. All of you know that. That's why, look at the chart carefully. For all the markers, the outline color is red. Now suppose if you want to change it, suppose if you want to make it to green, then just write G and then run it. It will become a green. Now basically because of that color you cannot able to understand it. You need to give a dark color. We can use yellow, then most probably you can able to understand. Yes. Now see, the marker's edge color will become yellow. Like this you can change the properties of markers. Properties means basically the type, the size and the edge color. These three things is in your hand. Now some notes, important note that you need to remember while you are doing a program. See, you can combine the marker type and the color code by writing them together, like within single quotes you can always write R plus. See then what will happen. I'll come to the next example. See, if you write here like this R plus, that means only the marker points will appear, and since I have changed its type, that's why only plus sign will be displayed and it will become a red color. But in this case line is not displaying because I have not mentioned anything about the line, what type of line we need. See the next note. If you don't specify the line style with the combined marker color and the style, then the lines will not appear, as I showed you earlier. Now if you do not write the marker color, then by default it will take the same color as the line. All of you know that, I believe. Now we'll come to the next topic. Our next topic is subplot. Now what is subplot? Like last day I told you about, you can draw multiple lines together in a same plot. Now suppose if you want to plot the different lines separately in two different plots. Now you need to set both the plots together in a same figure. Like, check this example. See, there are three different line charts are available, but I have set it into a single figure. Okay, this is a single frame, you can say. So this is possible by using subplot function. Now subplot function belongs to the pyplot library, and it will basically take three arguments. First one is a number of rows, then number of columns, and then the index. Now I'll show you with an example. Just check this example. Initially I have imported the matplotlib library.pyplot as pl. Then you need to mention here pl.subplot, then 3, 1, 1. I mentioned here 3. It represents the number of rows. I need 3 different rows for 3 different charts. And then 1, this is the column number, first column, that means, and the third one is the index, that means the first index. So there I am plotting this chart where the value of A is 1, 2, 3, value of B is 2, 4, 6, and I am using this 2 as my X and Y coordinates, and in the line style I have used R, that means red color, and then O means the marker type as circles, and then dash dash, that means this is the line style. So dash dash line style will appear, dashed line actually you can say. Now check the first one. See, the marker type is O, color is red, and dashed lines will appear for the first one. And you can also check the points. The first point is 1, 2, second point is 2, 4, and third one is 3, 6. First one is 1, 2, second one is 2, 4, and third one is 3, 6. Now I'll come to the second plot. Now I wrote here pl.subplot, then 3, that means total 3 rows are there, then 1, then 2, that means first column, and then second index. Now A is equal to 169 and B is equal to 258. These points I choose for my X coordinates and Y coordinates, and the chart style I put it blue color and circles as marker type, and the line type will be dash dot. Now check this plot. This is appearing. Okay, so this type of plots are called subplots. Now for the third plot also I have used the subplot function, then 3, then 2, and then 6. So this will be the index number 6, and then I took these two data sets and I have drawn it. See. Now suppose if I change it a little bit, suppose if I write here 1 instead of 2, see what will happen. I'll get an error message because there is already another chart I have plotted in the first column. That's why it's not possible. So I need to write here 2, and if I change the index value to 1, see, this is the index one. The chart size is a little bit smaller, and if I change it to 3, its size is little bit bigger. So like this you can able to subplot more than one chart within a single frame by using the subplot function. So I believe I have covered all the topics for today. Thank you.